Boker Tov, and I hope that everyone is well and enjoying the beautiful weather, but remembering to social distance and stay safe, of course. This week's Torah portion of Shlach Lecha contains a fascinating episode as our ancestors wandered in the wilderness on their way to the land of Israel. However, before they were to enter the land, they were commanded by God to do the following. From each of the 12 tribes, a representative, a leader, was to go and scout out the new promised land. What did it look like? What might they find there? What were the people like? With that information, they were to report back to Moses and the Israelites in preparation for the conquest of the land. They told them when they returned the following. The land flowed with milk and honey, and they showed some of the fruit that they had found there, so big that 2 people had to carry a cluster of grapes. Yet the inhabitants were large, the cities fortified, and there were many tribes scattered throughout. This was not going to be easy. Caleb then hushed the crowd. So concerned were they now. In spite of the report, he said, with God's help, they will be able to conquer the land and overcome any adversities they might find there. But the 10 who reported negatively continued. Quote, the country that we traveled and scouted is one that devours its settlers. All the people that we saw in it are men of great size. We saw the Nephilim there. The Anakites were part of the Nephilim. And we looked like grasshoppers to ourselves. And so we must have looked to them. Now, this is a strange comment. We looked like grasshoppers to ourselves, and so we must have looked to them. Of course, the scouts, the spies, are scared and see themselves as small and weak. But how do the spies know how they appeared to the others? The tribes never saw the spies. They're only assuming that this is how they must have appeared to others, if this is how they saw themselves. My friends, the question of perception is an important one, not just for the spies so many thousands of years ago, but for us as well in our own day. How do we perceive ourselves? How do others perceive us? It's not just a matter of low self-esteem. You can understand that. If you have questions about yourself, of course, you would think that others would see yourself in the same way. It's also an issue of making assumptions about the way in which you see others and how they must appear to you. None of this is based on fact, but only on assumptions and perceptions. At this time, when we see the issue of both self-identity and how others see ourselves as being front and center in the news around the world, we need to find the resolve and strength to face these difficult issues straight on. We have been conditioned for years to see ourselves in a certain way. That's understandable. However, it's important that we ask ourselves the tough questions. Why do I think of myself in this way? How do I understand my identity in this way, and why? And how do I see others? Is my feeling about the other based only on my assumptions, passed down because of my perceptions and our perceptions of them, without any basis on how the others see themselves? As Jews, we've certainly been the recipients of this throughout our history. Less than human, more like vermin, only a number, not worthy of a name. That's how others have seen us, with these terrible, terrible stereotypes. We know what it is to be like when others see us in this way, to be the recipient of stereotypes like these. So we must learn to be sensitive to the stereotypes given to others as well. We must be honest about confronting our perceptions of others, our perceptions of others, and willing at the same time to be open and honest in listening to how others see and speak of themselves. These times, these difficult and challenging times, call for honesty and openness when our identity and the identity of others is confronted, as they should and must be. If we are going to create a relationship with the people around us, whoever they are, whoever they might be, we need to have the difficult conversations, conversations of understanding and openness. And when we can do so, we can help to build and repair the society and create what is needed, what is truly needed in our own day. Amen. Take care and have a good day.